Ji Hoo is a new employee at a PR firm. He is admired for his good looks, competence and generosity by everyone in the office. At work, he meets Jung Ji Hoo, a straight-faced detail jockey on his team, who secretly has a crush on him. One day she mistakenly collects a package of him because of their similar names. When he understands what happened, he runs to stop her before opening the package, but it's too late. She opens the package and sees toys meant for him. But she doesn't seem flustered. A neck collar is discovered by Ji Hoo in the package, but Ji Hoo grabs it and claims it is for his dog. She claims this is very large for a dog, but he falsely claims his dog has a thick neck. He drops the package unintentionally as he is about to walk away, and Ji Hoo notices the BDSM product voucher. He wonders if she could resemble him as well. Chooses to text Ji Hoo the following day, asking her to keep a secret. He spots her outside before he can send it and begins backing away. Nevertheless, delivers the message by accident and hides behind a toy. Ji Hoo asks who is behind it as he enters the room, but Ji Hoo bumps his head and collapses. When she removes the toy, Ji Hoo is shown to be within. She then drives him right away to the doctor. After that, Ji Hoo leaves the hospital and expresses gratitude to Ji Hoo for keeping it a secret. He invites her to be his master, happy that he found someone similar to him. Ji Hoo afterward realizes he meant something different and had really purchased the neck collar for himself. She returns home and begins investigating BDSM. The following day she sees him sobbing next to a car and inquires about his situation. Ji Hoo claims to like her but thinks she now finds him repulsive and views him as a creep. Ji Hoo however responds that everyone is perverse in some manner. Hearing it excites Ji Hoo, who then begs her to be his master. He then departs after receiving an uneasy no from her. The following day at work, Ji Hoo notices some girls making out with Ji Hoo and becomes envious. She invites him to visit the lounge via a text message. She forces him to sit on the bench and commands him to put on a blindfold. Ji Hoo requests that he quit avoiding her and offers to try out D&S with her. When they arrive home, Ji Hoo begins learning more about this connection. She studies about how to be a good master. Additionally, she gives him a set of glasses to wear, ensuring that he constantly feels dominated because he will be donning a present from his master. They book a hotel room. Ji Hoo determines that their first game will be a dog game and commands him to wear the collar. Ji Hoo feels really thrilled because she treats him like a puppy. She feeds him after that, and Ji Hoo even starts to bark. Ji Hoo brought a cake to their play because he wanted to be the first to wish her a happy birthday to his master. Additionally, he packed a pair of red heels that fit her well. He consents when Ji Hoo asks whether she should stomp on him. She gently treads on him as he stoops down. Ji Hoo seemed to be having a lot of fun even though it hurt him. At a work meeting, their employer introduces Lee Han, the new intern. A coworker proposes that Lee Han work under Ji Hoo so that he may become more familiar with the workplace. Lee Han is given various chores by Ji Hoo, but Ji Hoo feels a little envious since his master is directing someone else. Ji Hoo then goes shopping to get some instruments for their play. In this week's play, Ji Hoo is lying still in the bathtub as Ji Hoo pours hot wax on his back. They begin performing more plays while conducting their regular business at the workplace. As their games become more heated, Ji Hoo becomes increasingly envious of Lee Han. He tries to intimidate him in the restroom, but Lee Han leaves immediately because Ji Hoo calls. Ji Hoo makes the decision to talk to Ji Hoo one evening at work. He says he is envious of her since she behaves like Han's master. Ji Hoo, however, decides to retaliate against him and shuts the door. She commands him to take off his coat and unbuckle his belt. Her next move is to belt him. Actually, for some reason, she is just striking the table and not Ji Hoo. Ji Hoo expresses dissatisfaction and asks her to punish or curse him. She does precisely that, shoving him outside the room while berating him for all that has happened in their workplace. When a security officer arrives, the two run for cover. They successfully elude detection as they leave, telling one another how much they love the play. In their subsequent performance, which they perform in a formal setting, they portray Dom and Sub, and Ji Hoo strikes him with a hunter. After some time, Ji Hoo brings him to a cafe and tells him that they are there to see their upcoming show. She fastens one handcuff to her hand and Ji Hoo's hand with the other. Then she orders him to stay next to her all day long. They sit together and she feeds him with her hands. Meanwhile, Haimi has gone to a private room with the guy. He asks whether she wants him to beat her right away after taking off his belt. With no other choice, she phones Ji Hoo and divulges her address. They jump in their car and go to the motel as soon as possible. However, it turns out that Haimi has already seized control of the circumstance. She puts the man in bondage and warns him that she will expose his image if he does anything. They eventually decide to perform their final performance because their 3-month contract is going to expire. Ji Hoo gets some ropes ready for their last play, which involves bondage. Ji Hoo ties Ji Hoo and begins slapping him in the last play. The two begin kissing each other when she leans in for a kiss. However, Ji Hoo becomes too combative, so she pushes him away. Ji Hoo breaks down in tears and claims she has no idea what she is doing. Ji Hoo gets a call from Han one evening urging her to check the mail. When she goes through her mail, she discovers an audio tape of the play they performed at the workplace. Someone captured their audio, and it has now been heard by everybody. The authorities even make fun of them when questioning them about their connection, specifically during the disciplinary process. After the official continues to make demeaning remarks about their relationship, Ji Hoo declares that enough is enough. He claims to like Ji Woo and wants to date her. The two eventually exit the space. They disclose the audio of their boss's office conversations captured by Han's pen at the movie's end. Ji Woo and Ji Hoo are seen enjoying both facets of their relationship.